Hey everyone, it's Jen again, and I'm back to do some more building and decorating on my Nantucket family home. And I want to thank everybody who watched the last video and gave me great feedback. Thank you for that. What I've done here is, what I actually did was I tried to record a video the day after the last one, and it was kind of a disaster. So I went back to where I was from the end of the last video, but I'm going to try to replicate a little bit what I did in the one that I recorded that I decided not to post. I got a little bit more organized this time. I have all my pictures right here at my side, so hopefully there won't be too many pauses in this one. First of all, the first thing I did here is I've moved the lot to that island in Windenburg. I just thought it would be a better place for it. It's a little more scenic, a little more like Nantucket. Um, and I thought this house could take advantage of the nice views because, well, I've learned some things about this house too, before I forget. After the last video, I did a little research on the house because the family that lives here, the mother is an interior designer, and I figured, well, there must be more articles out there about this house because it's a really beautiful house and really well designed. And I did find 3 or 4 more articles about it. So that's the cool thing is it gave me more inspiration pictures to work with. And like I said in my last video, I'm not necessarily trying to build a replica here, an exact replica, but I figure the more inspiration pics, the better because I'm not really good at creating things totally from scratch. Like if you were to give me a blank lot and say build a house, I would have a really tough time and I don't think it would turn out well. So I like to have as many inspiration picks as I can because it gives me ideas. It makes me try things that I wouldn't normally think of because this house has a really unusual layout in real life. I would normally, like, if I didn't know more about this house, I would assume things like this is probably the living room. There's probably a kitchen dining room on this side or vice versa, maybe a bathroom back here. That's kind of the general layout that most of my houses have. And then I would have assumed these were maybe, bedrooms. But in actuality, uh, this is the main entrance now that I've seen more pictures. And I'll link the other articles down below so you guys can take a look if you want. This is the main entrance here, which I couldn't tell from the pictures that I had. This is the dining room area. This area here is the combination kitchen and living room, so it's much larger. This over here, I think is probably a master suite. And then in the hallway here, they have a staircase, and this is a sitting room over here. And apparently they also have a guest suite and a laundry room and everything on this first floor, so this probably extends much farther back. And then on the second floor are guest bedrooms and probably another bathroom or two. And what the family does, they like to have their relatives come over and stay quite often. So they have this whole living area here in their master suite, and then they have like a little pocket door right here, and they close that off when they don't have any company staying with them. So they're just using this part of the house. And then, they can kind of ignore the rest of the house, so it's not, just this huge empty house. And then when they have people come and stay with them, they open this pocket door and it just kind of expands the whole house. And then the guests can, have their run of the house basically. Unfortunately, I still don't know kind of what they did over on this side. I don't have any further pictures. I can see from the inside what it looks like a little bit. But I don't know what they did with this area here where the roof kind of comes up. And I still don't know what this little building is for. I still think it was probably a garage. But I think what I'm going to do is make it into like a little pool house or guest house and then put a pool back here since I've moved this to this other lot and I turned the house sideways. So now there's some extra room here. That's my plan anyway. That was the idea that I had. And then off the back here, I'll have a kind of a large patio area, and that will take advantage of the nice views that we have here on this island. So that's the idea. I brought this back to where I was before I started the other video that I recorded that didn't turn out. So I'm going to try to replicate, whoops, I'm going to try to replicate what I did. The first thing was to bring this out because this whole room, this whole kitchen dining room area has to be a bit larger. And I'm going to take out this wall here. And the nice thing about this is, let's see, I can move this over. I'm going to get rid of that window. And then it has 3 windows here. So in this little area here, I thought this was like a nook, but I actually found a picture of the layout of the kitchen, like a floor plan, bird's eye view layout of the kitchen. And I can see that this is all the way straight across. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I think it's kind of an optical illusion in the picture that there's I mean, there might be a slight indentation here, but I think because of the roof covering and the way this is kind of inset, you know, there's shadows here and it looks like it's, you know, that there's an indent here, but I don't think there really is. So I'm just going to leave that like that. I'm going to adjust the roof here. There'll be probably a lot more roof adjusting. I'm going to try not to do it quite so much, just out of habit. I'm going to lower that a little bit. So, you know, you see how these windows are still kind of looking out. Actually, I can move this back a little. Maybe that can just rest underneath there. I feel like this should go all the way across. It looks a bit strange. But anyway, you can see how these windows are still kind of looking out on the roof. So I thought, what if we just get rid of these windows and just put some smaller ones, you know, maybe like all the way across. And then at least for this front view, you're just looking out on the trees. And then we can put some bigger windows over here when we get to this part of the house. And I think that looks okay. Let me know what you guys think. Another thing, before I go too much farther, I want to raise the foundation up a little bit. Right now there's no foundation. And I noticed in the pictures there's about 1 or 2 steps. So I want to do that, and then we'll draw our porch. And it may get rid of our columns, but that's okay. I think I want some different columns anyway. So we'll just draw that here, all the way across. Oh, we kept our columns, it just didn't bring them up. That's okay. And then we're going to put a little porch here as well, because this is actually our new main entrance. I'm not sure how much, that's probably good. I don't know if I want it to come out any farther than that. We will put some steps here. I kind of like these ladder-like steps for the coastal homes. It just is very casual. Kind of gives me that boat feeling. Not that I've been on that many boats, but you know, been on one sailboat in my whole life. But it was really cool. So this is now the main entrance. I'm going to put a door here. And I think what I decided on was not that one. It's one of the few doors that is actually kind of relatively tall, single tile that is. And I think we'll leave, what did I do? I think I wanted smaller, I think I did smaller windows here. Because there's actually, this needs to come in a little bit. Because there's a window in the kitchen. Whoops, I need windows right here. So we're going to put that window here, and then maybe we'll just do this all the way across like that. So it's fairly symmetrical. And then I think what I did, because this is still a little bit, like this is a little bit shorter than the windows, and that was bugging me. I took that, what do you want to call it? And I won't be able to find it. This lattice from, I think it's from Romantic Garden Stuff Pack. And let's see, turn F5 on, there we go. And that just kind of evens things out a little bit. And I think I even turned, whoops, kind of hard to get down there with the roof up. I think I turned this door blue just to make it stand out a little more, as this is the main entrance. But I know it doesn't match the blue of the shutters, but I think it's far enough away that you don't really notice it too much. So, whoops, I always go down way too far. I think I will move this in now that I moved, the door back. So now over here we have, this is the kitchen living room. I'm gonna get rid of these windows here. And I'm gonna put those French doors, the ones that I wish were a little taller, and that I can never find for some reason. I'm gonna put those back here. And there's actually, I think, one right here as well. And actually in the pictures, there aren't any French doors here, it's just windows, but I think I kind of want to, I think I like the French doors. I think there's more of a view. In the actual house, they're not right on the ocean. So otherwise they might have put French doors here too, but I'll leave those like that for now. And then what we're going to do in the back here, I'm going to expand this. And let's see. Actually, I think this has to come out quite a bit more. Not sure how far yet. That's why I shouldn't draw my roof until I know. Because we're going to put a bathroom back here. I just thought it would be good to have a bathroom in that part of the house. And then that means I can push this back in a little bit. That should be good. That's weird. Let's not do that. I don't want any glitchy doors on this lot. We'll do the siding. And then this dining room, I widened by one tile, because otherwise it was way too long and narrow. And then this is going to come out about this far, I believe. Yeah, it's a huge space. And there's actually a fireplace over here. I'm going to go ahead and place that. I really like this new Parenthood one. I think it's about here. Not sure yet. And then we have some archways. I'll use this nice curved one between those two rooms. So we have the main entrance here, and then one archway leads to the dining room, and one to the kitchen living room. And then I'm not sure what we'll do over here exactly, but let's put another archway. Because somehow this has to lead into, there's probably like a little hallway here, and then their master suite, so we'll probably have to extend this quite a bit. Because we'll want to be able to fit, you know, a bathroom. This is the sitting room, and we'll probably put like a little bathroom back here, and then maybe another bathroom over here to the side for the master suite. That's the idea anyway. We'll see what happens. So that's the new general layout. I'm going to start, I'd like to add a French door here. And then I wanted this room to have nice views as well. And here's where I wish again that there was some nice big windows that matched the French door, but we'll use these. I think they fit fairly well. going to delete these and just place these on either side. And I could either put one here, or I thought it might be nice to have something different. Maybe put something like that, this round window. Just kind of, adds a little more character to it, and, has that kind of nautical feel of being a round window. Oh, and I have it inside out. Although it did look kind of cool that way. You could keep it that way if you wanted to. Let's add some lighting to these rooms and some flooring. They can kind of get a better idea of how they're going to look. I just usually use this subtle saucer light just because it lights up the whole room. I'll probably add more lighting or different lighting eventually, but I usually place these while I'm building because it lights everything up really nicely and I can see what I'm doing. And then they have, in the actual house, really nice chestnut flooring where you can see the knots in the wood and things like that. We don't really have a good replica for that necessarily. So I just thought I'll just use the chestnut that's in the game. It's a little orangey, but it has a nice texture to it. So that's kind of taking shape there. And I think before we go too much further, I want to start doing the kitchen. I really fell in love with the kitchen while I was researching more about the house. And let's see, let's just make that white for now. And so I started decorating it right away because I figured it could kind of be the focal point of the house and act as an anchor for the rest of the style of the house. It's a little bit disappointing in a way because the kitchen in the house, it has these beautiful high ceilings. I did try taking out the ceiling and just having the bottom of the roof showing, and it looked really terrible. So I'm not going to do that. I just experimented with that a little to see if it would add some more, give it more of an airy space. And I don't want to raise, I could, raise the ceilings of this whole first level, but it just messes with the aesthetic of the house too much. I don't really, doesn't look good to me. So I'm just going to have to keep it at this lower level and just try to make it look as good as I can. Go ahead and fix my roof. Okay. So let's work on the kitchen a little bit. It has just boring white walls for now because, I mean, that's what they have in the real house, I think, is white walls, but of course they have, beautiful paneling and all this trim and scroll work and things like that that gives it a little more character. It has these beautiful white counters. I think I will probably, my first inclination was to use these from Parenthood, but I don't know. I think I want to just kind of see these side by side. So much of decorating for me anyway, because I don't have a background in decorating, so it's just trial and error, and it's looking at pictures and trying as best as I can to replicate what I see. I don't know, neither of these counters really matches the kitchen, but I like that this doesn't have that little backsplash that comes up and interferes with the windows. And I would like to have a gray countertop, but I think this will be fine. There is a white one with and that might look okay too. It's a little, I don't know, too much off-white for me. So I think I'm going to stick with the white and black for now. So they have 3 counters here. I just got to look at my pictures quick. a little corner counter here. Another counter here, and then there's the fridge. Appliances. And the refrigerator is actually, it's one of those where the doors are made to look like the cabinet. So it's really, looks really sharp, but I'll just use the Parenthood one that matches these counters for now. Oh, that looks kind of, I like black. I don't know what it is. I like black appliances. But we'll do this for now. And over here, let's see if I look at my pictures, we have a countertop all the way across. And they actually in the real house have some like double range oven here. It should be really nice, but we don't have that in the game. So I'm gonna put, I like this longer cupboard cabinet from Parenthood. I'm gonna stick that there, and then we'll do like a regular cupboard here, and then maybe just for something a little different, I'll do one of those end cupboards. And I use the left end so that it still matches up seamlessly with the middle cupboard. In the corner here, there's just a regular cupboard. Maybe I'll use this one. Again, just to have something a little different. And then I think, do I want to put a cupboard above the fridge? Yeah, let's just put one for now. I can maybe, what I've been doing lately is putting a little shelf here too to fill in that space. And then you can put some decorations, some clutter up there. And there's actually, well, let's do the islands first. I was gonna do some more with the wallpaper there, but let's get some more filled in here. Back to the cabinets. I'll go to the island. And their island, I think, is a gray color. So I was thinking this might look nice. Maybe it's too dark with all the black countertop, but let's give it a shot. Yeah, it does look a little dark. I don't know, I might want to do the lighter. I'll probably be changing my mind on this as we go. Because already, like, it's just, it doesn't have that open, airy feeling that the actual house has. But it works for now. And then over here, they have some tall pantry cabinets. And I thought, since this, the Parenthood cabinets, you know, doesn't have a version like that because it has this cool shorter one, I'll use one of the base game. And those can be the pantry cabinets. And then there's a little, they have a little thing that kind of juts out here. But I don't know how far I want to go. Let's do that. And a little thing here. I already, like, it's already bugging me because it's not symmetrical. I have a thing with symmetry apparently that I didn't know I had. So I think I'll just get rid of that little thing. And I don't necessarily know if I want to put another cabinet here because it's like a bit too many cabinets all in a row. But I'll just put that there as a placeholder, and we'll refine that later on. Over here they have a countertop. In the floor plan it's set up like a little kitchen desk area. But I think I don't want to put a chair here and it looks a little bit confined. And already I don't know, it's too much in shadow. It doesn't look great to me, but you know, then they have something like this over there. I don't know, I think that looks okay for now, but I might want to do something different there. It's just so dark. I could put a light over there. I don't know if I want to get too bright. maybe just a wall light that I can kind of hide behind. These are good for that sometimes, these, but not bright enough at the moment. That's way too bright. Yeah, I'll monkey with that later on. I don't know if I like that. I might, what if I just take off that wall, then it's not so dark over there. But that way, this acts as kind of a separation between the kitchen and the living room. Which, I think I would like the living room to be a little bit bigger. So maybe what I'll do is just get rid of that altogether. I don't know. Or put them right here. So then we still have kind of that separation, but we have more room in the living room. Because I didn't really need that extra space in the kitchen. There's a good bit of space in here already. They have some stools here. They're navy blue. And I don't know if we have any navy blue stools. So just like a darker color is probably good. I'll filter by blue just to see offhand what we have. They're made of wood. They're kind of, and that's kind of close, but I don't know if I like the dark cushion on that. So, I don't know, let's see. I do kind of like more of the modern, something a little crisper, but that's a bit blah. Yeah, I might just have to unfilter the blue here. Be something in a gray or black. Would look good. It's a little, maybe too modern. Maybe just those for now. They kind of blend in with the cabinet, so I can't really see them, but maybe if we make them like that, this particular swatch, they'll stand out a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super crazy about the kitchen right now, but we'll work on it. Get there. So that's our basic layout of the kitchen. We'll just, we'll do detail work later on. As far as the living room, I believe there's a fireplace in the living room as well. So, excuse me, I'm going to grab this fireplace again from the other room. And let me look at my pictures quick. The layout. I didn't really get to the living room the last time I tried this video, so this is new territory now. They have like a little bar area here, and so I was just going to see what that might look like. They have glass cabinets here. Probably a little bit higher. Oh, those aren't quite the right cabinets. They're not really see-through. Do we have any that would be? Something like that. I don't know if we want plates in the living room. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Could just do that for now. Oh, but they don't really go together seamlessly anyway, because they're an end cabinet. I could probably just scooch them over, scooch this one over. That one over a bit. Hard to get them exact sometimes. That's good enough. I don't know. I still don't know if I like the idea of plates in the living room. But it's just a placeholder for now. So we need to look for a bar. Activities and skills. I think it's in the miscellaneous here. So something sort of plain and white. I mean, we could just put countertops there too, but kind of like the idea of having a bar because, you know, it's just something else that it's just another nice feature you can have in your house. Yeah, I don't know. I might end up just mixing that all together. Maybe we'll put, you know, because we need a place for the TV. Maybe we could put like an entertainment center type of thing there. Let's place some couches. Comfort. One thing I still wish we had in this game was just like a big comfy couch. You know, kind of like this one, but maybe a little more modern. This one isn't too bad. It just has such square edges to it that, you know, it doesn't quite work. It works great in a modern build, but in a more traditional or, you know, something like this, a coastal home where you want kind of those big overstuffed couches with lots of cushions. You know, this has the cushions, but it doesn't look really comfy with all the wood around it. You know, this vintage glamour one is beautiful, but again, it's, you know, just we need more fabric on the bottoms of the couches. Even the Parenthood one, it's just, this looks really uncomfortable to me. I think I love how they added cushions, and the swatches are great. There's more, you know, we got some patterns actually. It's really hard to find patterns on some of this stuff. It's all very, usually very mostly solid tones. So I don't know, maybe I'll go with that just because it has some color. But I don't know. I kind of like how she decorated with white and gray and navy blue. Not necessarily navy blue, but royal blue. And I can't really find that here, so I'm gonna filter by blue and just kind of see what shows up. I love that the bowling night stuff. Doesn't fit in this house though. That's kind of cute though. These, if they weren't made of wood, they have some really great swatches. I love the colors. That's actually kind of fun. Maybe a little too. Just doesn't look comfortable at all. But you know, Sims don't care if their couch is comfortable or not. I mean, they don't care if it looks comfortable. They just care if it has, you know, the comfort rating. And I don't want this to look like too traditional or too stuffy. It's the hard part of decorating. It just takes me forever to decide what I want to do. Let's just do that for now. It at least has that kind of coastal color scheme that I'm going for. Yeah, we'll do that for now. I think I'm going to move the fireplace over. I'm going to center it maybe on the wall. Maybe even center it with the couch. And then we want a nice big coffee table in the middle. So I love the new, I feel like I'm doing a commercial for Parenthood sometimes, but I do love the new coffee tables because you can put them in between two big couches like this and it actually works fairly well. I just want to see what the other one would look like. The other one that came with, oh, I like that. Maybe I'll move these in just a, oops, then they're a little too close. What I could do is, one of these could be a love seat. I just want to see what that would look like. I might switch those. Can't even tell you why, but like I don't know why. still centered. Yep. Just looked a little bit weird. I like that. And then we can maybe put some nice art on the wall behind here, or a window. It'd have to be a single window though, so I don't know if there'd be a good one that doesn't match. I love those windows, but the only one that would match is this, and that's just too tall. Too tall for those French doors. Yeah, and nothing, I noticed too, these French doors, the white swatch is a really nice clear white, whereas everything else, it seems like in the base game, is this off-white. So that's another reason why it's hard to match them. And like even these windows, I think, because then these French doors come with, oh, losing my mind. Oh, get to work. Yeah. And so did these windows. You'd think the swatches would match, but they don't. This is off-white, and it's too tall anyway, so gonna get rid of that. And maybe I'll just go back to my original idea of putting some nice artwork there. Or maybe a big mirror. The tough thing about decorating with mirrors in this game is that, oh, that's actually working. Sometimes they don't show the reflection of the outside. Like if I were to put a mirror over here and you look through it, oh, it actually is working. Sometimes it doesn't work for me. Sometimes I'll put a mirror up and the reflection of the outside is just blank. It's really doesn't look good to me, so I could do something like that maybe. I was trying to move it down a little, but it's not. Oh yeah, I can't. I can't move the mirrors up and down the wall. I got used to being able to do that with pictures, and then there are some custom mirrors you can download where you can move them up and down the walls. But okay, so I think now that I've done this, if I were going to put a TV in this room, I would want to put it above the fireplace or over here. Above the fireplace is the easiest, or kind of the most, I don't know, logical maybe. But I don't know, for some reason sometimes I don't mind, and sometimes I just don't want like a giant TV taking up the room. And I think since this is a beach house, a really large beach house granted, but we'll just keep it casual. I might use one of these, except it's too big. Yeah, I might just end up putting the TV above the fireplace after I made that big stink about it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I could do like an end table, but that'll limit the size of the TV I can put on there. Let's just see what we've got. Oops, not shelves, end tables. Oh, that's a really funky, that's from the fitness pack. What if we did that and just put a little TV like so? Too little? Yeah, that's way too big. So I'm either gonna do that, which I don't know. It just seems like if you were sitting way back here, that would just be way too small of a TV. Again, not that Sims really care, but since I'm going kind of for realism here, I think I will just go for my big TV above the fireplace. I always put it up too high at first. Don't have to strain your neck too much. Run up your Sims medical bills. Okay, maybe I can still keep that there. Actually, I think they have shelves, like bookshelves. That's kind of my go-to anyway for, what to put on either side of the fireplace. I've been using these Parenthood ones a lot, but I think I want to do something a little different here. Maybe something like that. And maybe actually mirror these French doors over there, just to get a little more more window, more light. I mean they're not windows, but you know what I mean. Stick that over there for now. I might want to use it for something. So, we've got a bookshelf, we've got a TV, got our little sitting area. What else could we put in the living room? A stereo would probably be a good idea. Since I don't think we're going to have like another family room, we will have, I think, a sitting area over here. Let's see. But I don't think that'll have, like a TV. It's more like a quiet, sitting area, office. We'll have a desk in there, a computer, that kind of thing. So let's see, what can we do for a stereo in here? Maybe just something kind of unobtrusive in the corner here. I don't know if I like that, but we'll leave it for now. The only thing I'm not liking here is now I can't put anything in these corners because I have these doors here. But I don't know if I want to make this room even bigger. So let's see. What would it look like if I did though? Just out of curiosity. Kind of like that. And leave the doors here. And then I can put some nice greenery in here. Maybe even, I love this giant plant that came with, I think it's Movie Hangout. Kind of runs into the door a little bit, but maybe that'll be okay. That looks nice, I think. I don't know, you guys could be cringing for all I know, but I like it. So let's keep that, and maybe we'll put another nice big plant over here. Maybe a little too tropical. Maybe just something like this for now. Or maybe we could put a statue of some kind. Maybe something different. And I think in the real house they just have plants in the corners. I really do, one of my other favorite plants is this one here, so maybe we'll use that. That looks nice, I think. Over here we could put some flowers. Yeah, this might actually look, oh, that's a little too tall. But I think they don't look good with that mirror. Maybe I'll change the mirror. This is all, decorating is so much trial and error for me, because I really have no idea what I'm doing. It's just placing things and seeing what I like, what looks good to me. I love that mirror, but not for that spot. Maybe I'll just scooch it over here and go right above the stereo, and then we can do Alt 9 and actually move it up a little bit. Because they won't be able to use it in the corner anyway, so it's just going to be a decorative item. I don't know about those flowers, but Let's just see if the other swatches look good. Yeah, I think, of course, now that I moved my mirror, I think I did like this, I really like this mirror. I tend to use some of the same things over and over again because I like them. So probably get sick of seeing the same things over and over in my houses, but that's where you come in. You can feel free to redecorate however you wish. I'm fine with that completely. That looks okay. It's maybe a little too tall. But I don't know if you guys want to watch me spend like half an hour finding the perfect plant for that space. I mean, normally I probably would spend that much time, but, you know, because it takes me upwards of 20 hours to build and decorate, you know, one of my average houses. And I think that would be, it's way too many videos. I don't think you want to watch 20 video or, you know, 40 videos of me building the same house. So anyway, normally I would maybe spend a bit more time mulling these things over, but for the purposes of this video, we'll just call it good. So now I'm looking for some art that I can put behind the couch here. And this is like a big, boring white wall. I was looking to see if there's maybe something. Oh, that's way too big. But none of these kind of give me that coastal home feeling. So we'll skip those for now. I wonder if I made this like, no, that doesn't work because the shadows didn't scale. That's it. I love that using that one, but it's a little too, I don't know. Doesn't quite go in here. I like how this kind of echoes the stripes on the couch, but this one might be good. I use this in my other, that oceanside cottage house. Yeah, this room just looks a little, I wish I could put bigger windows. I wonder if I just want to try something, and this probably won't work because I think these windows are 3 tiles, but, oh, and they're also only for taller. I was thinking of those windows, not the fitness ones, yeah, the ones from City Living. They require a taller height. What about the vintage glamour ones, though? Wow, that really brightened the room. I like that. What if we did it like all the way across? Oh, it wouldn't be centered right, would it? Kind of like that because we have French doors here. They can lead out to the patio. And then we have kind of a clearer view of the, you know, there's the little sailboat. Clearer view of the ocean. And I think, yeah, it made everything a bit like yellowish, but we'll fix that later. We do need like a table and a lamp or something in here. Just to get some more lighting sources. And to add some more to the decor. I do really like this little table it came with. Bowling. I like that it's shorter than the other ones, so it looks, you know, it doesn't, you know, some of these coffee tables are just, well, that one's a good height, but it's just huge. It just seems way too big to me. You know, something like this. That might work actually. And like a white. And this could still be like a little incidental table. Oh, you know what else? We could put like a bench or some cushions in here. Because they're probably going to have, I think I'll move this light back in here. It just got way too dark. Yeah, it didn't really help, did it? Because if you have a large family living in here, then you can have some extra seating for your living room. And I'm going to the wrong place. I want to look for like these little poofs, or yeah, I like these from City Living, I think. So we'll just place a couple of those. Just kind of casual. I won't worry about cluttering at the moment. Just sort of placing. It's kind of like, painting or something. You paint the background, which is the shell of the house, and then you start to paint, the trees and the houses and whatnot, and then you do the detail work. So, and to me, the detail work is the cluttering. So I'm going to save that for the end. I do kind of want to change the wallpaper in here, though. Maybe that's considered detail work, but I just think it's a bit on the blah side. And that yellow light is really, from the windows, is kind of bugging me, but I don't have a sim living in here now. I would change the color of the lighting. That might help a little bit. Or maybe something like this. It's just a little more interesting. Oh, you know what else would help is if we put up curtains. And sometimes I don't know, I just don't like curtains in this game. It really depends. We have some better ones now, but they used to look it used to be hard to find some that worked decently. These might work. Of course, it's covering up our view a little bit though. And since they're white, they're kind of blending in with everything. Yeah, I wish I could do like a nice pattern on those. So maybe what I will do is just do like a contrasting color on this wall here. I don't know. Or maybe do something like that. Or maybe regular paint wallpaper with a nice, like a pale gray. A little too pale. It's even worse. That's like a blue. Oh, let's see. I could probably mess with that forever. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Maybe I'll work on wallpapers off camera a little bit, and then I can just kind of explain to you guys what I chose and why, so you're not watching me deliberate for half an hour. So I think I'll end it there. I'll work on some wallpapering, and we'll continue next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.